my friends, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this awesome kind of like spider arm effect. Basically what we're going to be doing is just using some freeze framing as well as using some masking. Before we actually hop into After Effects, I just want to let you guys know, whenever you shoot this, you want to have your subject standing completely still. Also, you're going to want to try and shoot this as perfectly still as possible. So if you have a tripod, throw your camera on a tripod and shoot this. Also, real quick before we start the tutorial, I forgot to mention this when I was actually recording the tutorial, but if you want this cool ghosting effect on the arms that I applied to the beginning clip as you're seeing right here, you can actually get that preset from my effects pack, which is on my website. It's called Novak Ghost Effects. I threw that on there, changed around some settings, and was able to get that. So you can go ahead and customize your own look with the preset if you'd like. MediaMonopoly.co, link will be in the description. It's going to be in the effects pack version 1, which is right here if you would like to purchase it. Also, I want to announce that effects pack version 2 going to be dropping within a week, as well as a bunch of other cool digital content. It's been a while since I put out some new presets, new templates for you guys. Anyways, let's bring this into After Effects. So I'm going to right click this, place with After Effects composition, and it's going to bring into my After Effects right here. So now we're ready to actually make these adjustments. So like I said, the only two things we're really going to need to do is actually do some simple masking as well as some freeze framing of the clips, which is super easy to do. Just follow along with my steps. I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do this. So first off, let's go ahead and click on our footage, click Control C, Control V just to duplicate it. Click on that duplication, and we're just going to rename this to left arm. So you're going to want to organize and name your footage a lot, just so you don't get kind of overwhelmed by all the different duplications we're going to make while doing this, as well as just so you can keep organized and so you don't mess up the effect. So let's just zoom in on this left arm here, and we're actually just going to draw a mask around it. So go ahead and just draw around the general shape of the arm, just like this. And we're doing it, and we're going to be doing it this way just because I want to avoid rotoscoping, just because I think rotoscoping is kind of boring and annoying to do. And this mask doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of go around the shape of the hand. Make sure you guys are bending these joints like this. If you want a video showing you guys a bunch of different tips on better masking, I can link that down below as well. So go ahead and connect your mask, and I'm just going to click M on this new clip and just change the mask blending mode to none for now. So like I said, have your mask up by clicking the M key. That'll toggle the mask. Go ahead and right click on that mask. Go ahead and click track mask. It's going to bring up this window right here. Make sure that is on position, scale, rotation. It should be the default one. And we're just going to press play. So have your fingers over the spacebar while you're doing this, because if you see this mask, if you see the track start to mess up, just press spacebar as soon as you see it actually start to go off. So for example, I pressed spacebar right when I started seeing this. Let's go to where it actually messed up and just delete those keyframes. And we're just going to readjust the mask so that we can replay the track without it messing up again. So just make little adjustments like this, and then once you've adjusted your mask, let's go ahead and just press play again to start tracking that. You're going to see it goes, and if we see it mess up again, we're going to press spacebar again. So that actually was pretty successful. That actually sticked onto there pretty well. So that's going to be good for the left arm. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go back to where the mask is for our left arm. We're going to change blending mode to add. So if I had our bottom layer, now we just have a layer of just the left arm motion tracked, which is good. We're going to do the same exact thing for the right arm. So let's go ahead and click on our original bottom footage. Control C, Control V just to duplicate that. And we're going to rename that right arm just like that. And we're going to go to the very beginning. And we're going to go ahead and actually track this right arm. So let's draw a mask around this. Like I said, this mask does not have to be perfect. We're going to be adjusting it, changing around some of the blending of it in a bit. Connect that mask together. We're going to click the M key on that, and we can just set that to none for now. Right click on the mask, click track mask, and then click play. And like I said, have your finger over the spacebar in case you see that actually mess up. So right here, we got a little bit of the mask kind of falling off a bit. So let's go rewind on the timeline to about here. Let's go ahead and delete those keyframes like that. And we're going to go ahead and readjust the mask. That's looking a bit better. Let's go ahead and play that again. Fell off a little bit there. We're just going to rewind, and doing it this way is just a lot faster than actually rotoscoping. So you're going to have to make a few little tiny adjustments, but in reality, the time that it really takes to pull this off is not that long, especially if you do it a few times and you start to get the hang of it. And there we go. That's looking good. We're going to track that to when he just drops it to the bottom there, and we're probably going to end the effect right about there. So that's looking good. So now we have both of our arms tracked. Let's go ahead and click on right arm and change our mask from none to add. So if I hide this, you're going to see we have two arms completely tracked and masked out just like that. Pretty simple, just using track mask, not having to do any rotoscoping. So now we're going to do one more mask, and then we're going to start to make the effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on our bottom footage again. We're going to click Control C, Control V, and we're going to rename this body like that. Now for this layer, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a mask kind of like this, where we're masking out everything except for where the arms are. So make sure you try and do that as well as possible, because this is actually going to determine a lot of how the edges are really smoothed out whenever you start adding those extra arms in. And then we're going to connect it right there. We're not going to do the head. We're just going to connect it kind of like at the shoulder level like that. And then we're going to go ahead and click M. Set that to none for now, and then let's just track this. And we won't have to make any adjustments for this just because we're tracking out the body. If you do see something mess up, just pause it, fix it. But usually, just since we're doing the torso and he's standing still, it should be a super easy track to pull off. What we're gonna do now is just collapse all these layers, and we can get a little more organized for what we're about to do next. So now let's go find a spot where we want to add in our first set of arms that are frozen. So let's just scroll along here until we see his arms start to move down, and we're gonna pause right about here. So click on our original footage. We're going to Control C, Control V that again. We're going to rename this to first arms. And then what I'm going to do is click Control Shift D. And what that did was just kind of split the layer. So let's go ahead and delete this end part. Click back on first arms. Go ahead and click page down to move over one frame, and then click Control Shift D again, and then just delete the excess. So what we have is we have one single frame out of first arms. Since we duplicated it, probably renamed it, so we can just get rid of that too. Just name it first arms, and we have one frame just like that. So we basically just have a line like this, cut off one end, cut off the other end. We just have one tiny frame left in there. Right click on first arms, go ahead and go to time, and then go to freeze frame, and then now you can just drag this all the way out. So what we did was we just took one frame out of our original footage and we just froze it in time. So if you drag along here, this is what you're going to see. So you're going to see it's frozen in time like that, and this is the arms that we have. Since it's masked out, it's going to be above it. So to kind of better explain it, this is what we did. This is what we masked out, just kind of the torso and the arms just like that. So the reason why we're seeing this cut up is because we need to actually adjust some of the masking that we did. So let's click on body, and we're just going to adjust this mask so that it isn't all sliced up like that. We're just going to open up these mask options right here and just kind of adjust a tiny little feather like that. Now what we're going to do is we're actually just going to redo the track for the body. So just click backwards, and it's just going to fix it on that shoulder length so that it isn't kind of cut like it was originally. Then we're going to find the place where the mask messes up. We're going to go back to where it's fixed, and we're just going to click play again just to kind of fix and smooth out those shoulders. Going in and actually fixing any of the masks whenever you see something wrong, as well as what you can do is you can just add in a little feather. So right here, if we click on right arm, we can open up those mask options. Let's go ahead and just add a tiny bit of feather, something around like 18, as well as if you see this a little bit over the arm, you can just reduce the mask expansion a tiny bit. That's about it. Now all we really need to do is just repeat that step to add in more arms. So I'm just going to close these off again. I'm going to show you how to add in the more arms, and there's also one more step just to make it work, so make sure you guys keep watching. So let's go ahead and just duplicate this again. Let's go ahead and rename this to second arms. Now let's go to a spot where we want those second pair of arms to come in. So right here, we're going to do that same trick. So Control Shift D, delete the excess, page down. Go ahead and click on second arms, Control Shift D, and then delete this snippet right here. So we just have one frame where we want to start that effect. I'm going to right click on second arms, going to go to time, and then freeze frame, and then just drag that to the very end. So now we have a second freeze frame, but the only issue is now we just need to mask out around the arms so that it doesn't get messed up. So let's just drag second arms above first arms, and you're going to see once second arm starts, it just kind of deletes first arms just because, like I said, it's a freeze frame. So to fix that, what we're going to do is just add a simple mask and just draw around these freeze framed arms. Pretty easy. You don't have to do any track masking just because it is frozen in time. And the reason why we're doing this is just to delete everything that is outside of the mask. So all this freeze frame stuff in the background, go ahead and connect that, and it's automatically set to add, so you're going to see what it looks like. Just to make this accurate, just kind of adjust the mask so that it looks, so that it's not blocking out the arms behind it. And then to fix that all up, just click M to bring up the mask, open that mask options up, and then just add a tiny little feather just to blend that all in. So around 13 pixels. A little bit cloudy around these edges just because of all the feathering, but like I said, I did this quick just for tutorial's sake. If I really wanted to, if I wanted to make this look perfect, what I could do is just go in and just kind of adjust every little mask, change around the modes for the feathering, for the mask expansion to make that look 100% perfect. But I think this looks really, really cool. You can always loop it just to kind of rewind and like keep doing this kind of like jumping jack like effect like I showed you in the beginning. But anyways, that's about it. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys are new here, join the community, hit that subscription button. If you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like. Helps the growth of this channel a huge amount. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.